Good evening and welcome to the Herricks High School Chapter 1975 Annual Tri-M Induction Ceremony. I am so thrilled that you're able to share this event with us, especially during these challenging times of COVID-19. As difficult it is for us not to be together and make music throughout the halls of Herricks High School, I cannot be more proud of our Tri-M students who diligently kept their music going throughout this entire year without any lapse. Music is so powerful, and now more than ever, it helps soothe the soul and spirit of our Tri-M members, all of our students, faculty, and our entire community at large. It's unfortunate that some of our events did not take place this year, but that does not mean that the music stopped. The music kept going and has never stopped. I'm very proud of our Tri-M Executive Board, who were key in making this happen. Everyone in our chapter has worked so hard this entire year to bring great events to you, like Herricks Idol, our All-County Festival, and many other things such as Back to School Night, etc. So at this time, I'm going to be turning this ceremony over to our Executive Board, who will be introducing to you our newest members, our continuing members, and our life members. Without further ado, I'd like to hand the mic over to our co-president, Ethan Feng. Thank you and enjoy this presentation.
Welcome and thank you to all who have gathered here this evening. My name is Ethan Feng, and I'm one of the co-presidents of the Herricks High School Tri-M Honor Society. Before we formally begin our induction ceremony, we would like to start by thanking Mrs. Arnold, Mrs. Hill, and the entire music faculty for all that they do for Tri-M. We would not be here where we are without their continuous guidance and support.
My name is Karina Ng, and I am also one of the co-presidents of the Herricks High School Tri-M Music Honor Society. Today, we would like to formally induct a number of students who have met the necessary Tri-M criteria and have also accepted invitations as active members of the Tri-M Honor Society. At this time, we would like to introduce the 2019 to 2020 Tri-M Executive Board. Our Vice President is Gloria Kang, our Secretary and Treasurer is Izza Nazir, our Points Chair is Ria Riskina, our co-historians are Kiara Tan and Justin Yang, and last but not least, our Public Relations Officer is Timothy Kim.
The candidates for student membership in Tri-M have been carefully selected on the basis of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Scholarship represents scholastic achievement and enthusiasm in the pursuit of knowledge and truth. Character emphasizes devotion to standing up for what you believe in. Leadership illustrates the power to guide and inspire, and service encourages a sense of duty and community.
As the historians of Herricks Tri-M Honor Society, Justin and I have spent the past year documenting the successes of our chapter through images, articles, and recordings.
The following video is a result of our efforts and will give you a glimpse of what Tri-M has accomplished this year.
Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain. Let it slide, let your troubles fall behind you, let it shine till you feel it all around you. And I don't mind if it's me you need to turn to.
now allow Ms. Arnold to introduce our guest speaker for the evening.
Dr. David Brown is currently president of New York State Music Association, NYSMA, and is the superintendent of schools for the DeRuyter Central School District, which is southeast of Syracuse in upstate New York. He just earned his doctorate degree in executive leadership this past year. Dr. Brown is an avid supporter of the Trium Music Honor Society, and we even had the pleasure of having him attend one of our meetings a few weeks ago to share his insight with us. We are honored to welcome Dr. David Brown as our guest speaker for the 2020 Trium Induction.
Hello, and thank you for asking me to speak at your Trium Induction ceremony for Herricks Public Schools. From the first moments I learned about your school district, I was in awe of the importance music has on your overall school program. I've also had the privilege of hearing your incredible music ensembles at state and national conferences, or even in person when I stopped a few years ago. The passion, talents, and dedication of your teachers and administrators was evident from the moment I walked through the doors. And what a beautiful campus you get to walk, bus, and drive into every day. Until this pandemic. You must miss them all so much. But first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to you amazing young people for this honor and for the work you have continued to show in, for example, your porch music and other ways you are keeping music part of your home studies. I'm always blown away by young people juggling the many things that happen in your lives. Additionally, and almost as important, I want to say congratulations to the parents and caregivers who have paved the way to your success. I've often said a strong support system is a large component of the way children thrive in the present day. On behalf of all the students, educators, and myself, I want to say thank you to the parents that support these children and music education. We are in an unprecedented time. I'm honored to be the president of NYSMA during this pandemic and know that each day brings a new paradigm to tackle. We are working tirelessly to create guidance for the fall as well as the future for music education. More on that a little bit later. But we need you. This is your future and your children's future, but know that we as an organization are on it. I know you have already done so much of this, which is why you have been honored as a chapter of the year more than once. You are one of the strongest chapters in the country. Congratulations to you and your advisors at Herricks High School. So what does it mean to be a Trium student? First of all, by being here, you have dedicated yourself to music education. It's an important part of your life. This doesn't mean you have to spend your entire life in music. It just means that music is an important part of your life. In January, I became president of the New York State School Music Association. And we're asked, what would we like to do, or what is our platform in our 2 years? Well, I have two components. The first is to help make music education available to every student in the state. Do you know that in many schools, rural and urban especially, there is no music education at all or very limited? My goal, even if for one more child, is to give access to music. Secondly, it's to embrace music as a lifelong learning process. My motto, if you will, is NYSMA, embracing music education for a lifetime. Like I said earlier, you're not all going to be music majors in college or music teachers, but music will be a part of your life because of the education you're getting now and because of what your teachers and administration feel is important as a music education is part of the overall education in your school. That's what Herricks gives you. Not every child gets that. We all know that students who study music do better in math and better in ELA and languages, since music is a language. But I also embrace and say to you today that music is learned for the sake of music. Music stands alone. You know, you have some responsibilities by being a member of this National Honor Society called Trium. One is service. Music is naturally a service-oriented program. You do this every time you perform and every time you express yourself through music. Great examples at Herricks High School is your pandemic porch music or Herricks Idol, whose profits go back to your district. I am sure there are many other ways to show your service once you become members. And I have to be honest, I absolutely love your toilet paper challenge. My son, who is 9 and started playing cello this year, can't wait to try it. And Sophia, my 11-year-old daughter, has a role as her mute for her French horn. Thank you for your talents while also embracing the brevity needed at these times. Another aspect of membership is academic success. Students have to maintain an A- in music courses and an overall B in all other courses combined. A final aspect to membership is showing character. Each candidate must demonstrate respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Tri-M membership is an honor bestowed upon a student as a privilege, not a right. Did you know that Tri-M started in 1936 in Maine? And a Tri-M Music Honor Society chapter opens up a world of opportunities for students who have already shown themselves to be academically capable and musically gifted. Through performance and community service, they'll develop confidence, creativity, critical thinking, compassion, and a host of other leadership skills, sure to serve them well in school and beyond. That's why music is an integral part of educating the whole child. It is not an extra. It is not special. It is a component of educating the whole child. Music education has not always been in the forefront of education. We are in a time where the importance of music is stronger than ever, but we must be the voice of its importance, and that is your partial responsibility as a member of Tri-M. As an Honor Society member, you have the ability to speak about its importance, and this may be needed more than ever as we progress into the future. I have created 3 ad hoc task forces for NYSSMA looking at how we open our schools in the fall. Your voice in your district may be more important this year than ever. Did you know in December of 2015, the President signed into law the Every Student Succeeds Act, which replaced No Child Left Behind? This new law speaks about creating systems that educate the whole child, inclusive of music and the arts. It describes the importance of educating the well-rounded child. Music must play a part of that. We no longer stand outside looking through a window hoping to be recognized as an important educational component. We are an important educational component. There is so much happening in our state, and I'm excited to bring us into 2020 with many initiatives and hopes and dreams. But I mostly get excited to see young people like you making a difference in music education. And know if you, as a chapter, have any ideas for our future, I'm ready and willing to listen. As I said earlier, we are in unprecedented times, but together we will weather this storm and come out stronger and healthier because of young people like you and the teachers in your department and the administrators in your district. Your district motto that you live by and directly correlates with Tri-M and Herricks is education today, knowledge tomorrow. Again, congratulations, and I'd like to leave you with a quote from Plato, who said, "Music gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." Thank you. Congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. At this time, we will begin the induction of our initiates. Although we're not all together, please repeat the following pledge after me. We, the members of the Herricks High School Music Department,
We, the members of the Herricks High School Music Department,
in order to foster a greater continued interest
in order to foster a greater continued interest
and a desire for excellence in music performance,
and a desire for excellence in music performance,
to encourage appreciation and awareness
to encourage appreciation and awareness
in listening to music,
in listening to music,
to promote wider opportunities
to promote wider opportunities
for sharing joy through music,
for sharing joy through music,
both within our school
both within our school
and within our community,
and within our community,
to advance the spirit of good music
to advance the spirit of good music
and musical knowledge,
and musical knowledge,
and to enhance the reputation of our school
and to enhance the reputation of our school
as a center for musical enrichment.
as a center for musical enrichment.
Accept the honor now granted to us.
Accept the honor now granted to us.
The following candidates for student membership have qualified to become new members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society.
Aditya Balasubramaniam, Adalyn Lowe, Alexander Markeline, Allison Chow, Alicia May, Amber G, Arpita Vinod, Ashley Lamb, Ava Schmidt, Brian Kim, Carolyn Lau, Christopher Frangopoulos, Ellie Kim, Ethan Thway, Evan Lamb, Franciscus Chang, Haley Ko, Hiba Mirza, Jamie Huang, Jalen Lee, Jordan Abraham, Kaylee Simmons, Catherine Park, Catherine Yee, Liam Tan, Logan Rain, Megan Holler, Megan Cheng, Patrick Liu, Pranati Putnam, Branjan Raskina, Roshni Patel, Sarah Huh, Sarah NG, Siddharth Gundapaneni, Dhanush Soni, Tyler Wu, William Dai, Yuki Huang, Zachary Chetta.
We now officially congratulate and welcome you as new members of Chapter 1975 of the Triad Music Honor Society. May you remember this occasion and thrive to live up to the aims and ideals of this organization. I now ask Mrs. Arnold to come forward.
It is a pleasure to read the congratulatory message from the Triad Music Honor Society National Staff to the new members of Chapter 1975. Dear inductees, congratulations on your induction into the Triad Music Honor Society. Your nomination for membership is based on your musicianship, academic qualification, and demonstrated leadership. You may take great pride in this achievement, which unites you with thousands of other student members throughout the world. As you were instructed during the presentation, we should study the past to effectively prepare for our future. With that thought in mind, you are now in the unique position of being able to pass on the torch of your musical knowledge to colleagues and future beneficiaries of musical arts. Welcome to the Triumph family.
Our next speaker will be Michael Paciullo. Michael Paciullo is a graduating senior and started his music career at Herricks at the age of 8. Michael is part of the wind ensemble and blue jazz band. He is a trombonist who was selected to be a part of the All-State Symphonic Band in 2018. In addition to being a trombonist, Michael is also a composer who received an honorable mention in the Nisma Call for Compositions 2019. He has created numerous pieces for our school's wind ensemble to perform. Please give a warm welcome to Michael Paciullo.
Hello. First of all, excuse the informal attire, unless I'm wearing formal attire, in which case Michael from 2 weeks ago would like to congratulate current Michael. Nope. I really didn't know what I was doing when I first started playing music at Herricks. Placing a piece of brass in an 8-year-old's hand and expecting good sounds out of it is a very long-term goal in both technique and attitude, but I'm glad it all worked out in the end, so thank you, Mr. Bly. And I auditioned in jazz band in 6th grade at the encouragement of my parents, which soon became my favorite activity for the next 7 years. Thank you for giving me a chance, Dr. Taylor. I remember showing my first piece ever to my middle school band teacher, Miss Brown, in 7th grade and being encouraged to keep composing. I also remember trying to show my next piece to my band class in 8th grade as they were all hurrying out the door to not be late to their next class, because that building was huge and we were tiny. I remember being scared of Mr. Stickley in middle school and then having him be a voice of encouragement throughout high school, as well as a wonderful band director. I'd also like to thank Miss Arnold for providing me with new opportunities and competitions to submit my work to and continue striving for. Speaking of opportunities, I have a few shout-outs to make. I was in 10th grade when I first approached Mr. Stickley and Miss Burke with my own music, and since then, various students from Herricks have had the fortune of playing it for extra credit in their ensemble class. I'm sorry to say that no more extra credit will be given from this day as I will be graduating, but of the people that are here, I'd like to thank Iza Nazir, Karina Ng, Gloria Kang, Kyle Pinzon, Genesis Kang, Jonathan Chang, and Caitlin George for bringing my strange hybrid of band music and string quartets to life. I hope I pronounced everyone's name right. I would also like to thank the Wind Ensemble, as an ensemble, for bringing the Herricks March to life at the end of the school year of 2018 to 2019. Jazz band, of all things, has been the one constant throughout all my 4 years of high school. Concert band turned to wind ensemble and shifted 40 minutes later in the day, but jazz band's always at 7 on Thursdays. Music is more than a hobby to me. It was a direction in a time where I didn't know which way to go. It gave me a community of friends and fellow musicians I'm glad to be a part of. When I first got a trombone when I was 9, that's correct, I started on euphonium when I was 8, I didn't imagine being part of professional gigs and writing my own music 9 years into the future. Music is an important part of my life. It's interwoven with the way I perceive the world, and I plan to continue playing and writing music throughout college and my adult life. So thank you, Herricks, for giving me a strong foundation and a wonderful community.
Thank you, Michael. At this time, the continuing members of Chapter 1975 will be recognized for their dedicated service and for upholding the standards and ideals of the Triumph Music Honor Society. The following students will continue their membership in the Triumph Music Honor Society and will remain distinguished members of Chapter 1975.
Abhinav Goyal, Adeline Kui, Alexander Jang, Allison Greenwood, Alvina May, Alyssa Samuels, Andy Pan, Bharath Venkatasan, Brian C., Caitlin Chetta, Kiara Tan, Christina Kokis, Christina Sai, David Xiang, Dorban Garcia, Duhan Lee, Emma Yen, Eris Yang, Esther Min, Genesis Kang, Juliana Fusco, Grace Kim, Jamie Chan, Jane Chung, Jasmine Feng, Jaya Benjamin, Jonathan Xiang, Giovanna Lau, Julian Lam, Justin Ko, Justin Yang, Caitlin George, Kayla Huang, Kayla San, Kelly Fang, Keneal Soni, Krithika Shamuganathan, Kyle Hunter, Lucas Lin, Ludia Cho, Marcus Gamboa, Maria Defex, Olivia Berg, Rachel Lee, Ranjani Srinivasan, Ria Riskina, Ria Mohan, Sahana Kesavan, Samuel Chung, Selena Chiang, Sridevi Mahesh, Stanley Chen, Stephanie Chan, Timothy Kim, Tina Zhao, Tyler Chung, Ved Dattery.
We now officially congratulate and recognize you as continuing student members of Chapter 1975. You have supported the ideals and aspirations of the Triumph Music Honor Society through your continued community service and participation in solo and ensemble performances at Herricks High School and in our community.
Now, the following students have served as members of the Triumph Music Honor Society during their years at Herricks High School. We would like to honor you with a lifetime membership to Chapter 1975. You are now eligible to join NAFME on the collegiate level. We wish you the best in your future music endeavors.
Ayat Khan, Chloe Chu, Ethan Feng, Gloria King, Izza Nazir, Jason Lee, Jeremy Lau, Jocelyn Park, Jonathan Lung, Karina Ng, Caitlin Yu, Michael Pachulo, Marie Lolis, Michelle Chu, Purit Chaudhary, Ritu Shah.
It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you tonight's alumni guest speaker. It's been customary over the past several years that we invite an alumni back from Herricks High School to share with us some insight about how being part of Tri-M when they were here affects their future and affects their lives. So tonight you're going to be meeting Nandini Venkataswaran. She's a 2007 Herricks High School graduate and attended college and medical school at the University of Rochester as part of the 8-year Rochester Early Medical Scholars Program. She completed her ophthalmology residency at the Bascom Palmer Eye Institute, University of Miami, and is currently a cornea refractive and external disease fellow at Duke University. She will be joining faculty at the Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary, Harvard Medical School in the fall of 2020. We are all very, very proud of her accomplishments. Nandini has been a violinist since the age of 8 and was the Triumph Honor Society president at Herricks High School during both her junior and senior years. She is the only one in history to have served as president 2 years in a row. She was also a member of the Herricks Chamber Orchestra as well as the Metropolitan Youth Orchestra and partook in many NISMA All-County and All-State music festivals during her time at Herricks. She's honored and thrilled to be part of the 2020 Triumph Honor Society induction ceremony. Welcome to Nandini.
Hi everyone, my name is Nandini Venkateswaran, and a very big thank you to Ms. Arnold and the Triumph Leadership Board for having me at the Triumph Music Honor Society induction ceremony today. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you all on this momentous occasion. Being inducted into the Triumph Music Honor Society is a testament to your diligence, commitment, and passion to the musical arts and musical education, and it's no small feat. During these unprecedented times of COVID-19, we're unfortunately not able to meet in person, but I'm so thrilled that we are all able to gather virtually and celebrate this huge achievement for you all. I myself was in Triumph during my sophomore, junior, and senior years of high school, and I was honored to serve as the Triumph Board President for both my junior and senior years. And being a part of Triumph was one of the most meaningful aspects of my high school experience. I would always look forward to Triumph meetings on Thursday afternoons in the chorus room with all of our members, and to our many meetings as a Triumph board to organize our various events and trips and community service events. Some of my closest friends in high school and mentors were part of Triumph. I saw my first Broadway musical, Wicked, with Triumph, met Yo-Yo Ma at the Lincoln Center, and took my first trip to Salt Lake City, Utah, all with Triumph members. And so as I reminisce over all of these wonderful memories, I want to take a few minutes to share with you what being a part of Triumph meant to me and how these experiences have continued to permeate throughout my life, now as an ophthalmologist and a surgeon. And the first lesson for me is leadership. Being a Triumph member taught me to emerge as a leader. As Triumph president, I was not only motivating myself, but also my fellow board members and society members to become musical leaders. The board and myself took it upon ourselves to inspire members to join new music ensembles, perform at various concerts, and volunteer during our many community service events. I vividly recall a trip several of the Triumph board members and Ms. Arnold and myself took back in 2005 to Salt Lake City, where we attended the Triumph Music Student Leadership Conference and the Music Educators National Conference. As high school students, we had the unique opportunity to stand in front of numerous musical educators and administrators and share our experiences and activities that helped our Herricks Triumph chapter become both the 2005 National and International Triumph Chapter of the Year. We, high school students, had a voice at the national level and were able to educate students and teachers around the nation on projects and ideas that could help them build a wonderful musical community like we had at Herricks. Those public speaking skills, performance skills, and motivational skills that I learned through my experiences with Triumph continue to stay with me today. They've helped me excel in my career in medicine, where I am constantly now motivating my patients, my colleagues, my staff, as well as myself to provide the best possible care to restore our patients' visual sight. The second lesson is mentorship. Throughout the many chapters of my education, I have come to realize that I would not be where I am today without mentors. Mentors who genuinely believed in my potential and provided me with opportunities to grow. Ms. Arnold was one of my most influential mentors in middle school and high school, and to this day continues to be a dear friend. That's nearly 18 years of mentorship, wow. She saw the potential in me to take on a leadership role very early in my career in Triumph and supported my growth and progress as a musician and a leader. And by being a part of the Triumph Honor Society, all of us are surrounded by numerous musical leaders who can prove to be invaluable mentors. And so I advise all of you to seek out individuals who share your vision and ask them for help. Don't be shy to ask questions. Pick their brains on how they reached where they are today and ask them to help you find the right opportunities to help you achieve your very own goals. A mentor does not necessarily need to be a teacher, but can be a senior classmate or even a colleague. And by being part of such a close-knit community such as Triumph, we are so fortunate to have so many people cheering us from the sidelines, eager to help all of us succeed. The third lesson is service. Triumph taught me to give back to my community. I recall organizing Herricks Idol, which continues to grow even larger every year, where we raised over $1,000 for individuals affected by Hurricane Katrina. I recall traveling to various hospitals and nursing homes throughout Long Island and playing pieces for patients to brighten up their days. I loved meeting and collaborating with other Tri-M chapters on Long Island to organize island-wide musical community service activities. The activities we were able to partake in as part of Tri-M instilled within me a very strong dedication to serve and help others. And perhaps that is why, among many other factors, I ultimately pursued a career in medicine. Through collaboration and creativity, I saw how Tri-M brought together communities through a love and passion for music, and being part of that was very special. And my last lesson is having a passion and dedication for an art that you love. As musicians, we can all empathize with the sentiment that hours of practice are needed to achieve success. And despite the seemingly endless, grueling hours of sweat and tears, a final piece we are working on may still not be perfect to our ears. As part of the Tri-M board, my fellow members and I would organize practice-a-thons that would challenge members to practice and perform for each other prior to NYSSMA performances or large concerts. My classmates and I would spend hours practicing pieces for our Mayo concert at Carnegie Hall or our many chamber music concerts in our very own Herricks Auditorium. We were motivated by our genuine passion for music and our unremitting dedication to performing at our highest ability. And to this day, I still implement the same discipline I learned as a high school student, practicing my violin, and translate that into mastering a surgical technique. I am driven to achieve finesse in my surgical art form, just like I sought to master a violin piece for my All-State audition. I still grow discouraged when, despite hours of practice, a technique for me remains challenging. But just like I would pick up my violin and keep practicing, I do the same for surgery. By being a dedicated musician, you will develop the skills of discipline, focus, and endurance that can be translated to many other aspects of your life. I continue to keep my violin and music a part of my very own life, despite the growing demands of my work and life schedule. It not only provides me with a respite after a long day, but also brings me closer to like-minded individuals and a wonderful musical community, wherever I may be living. And so, to you all, congratulations again. You are all part of a very special organization that will continue to impact your life for many years to come. And a thank you to all of you again for allowing me to celebrate this wonderful day with you. Thank you so much.
Every year, Tri-M recognizes a few members to receive several distinct types of awards: the Master Musician, the Outstanding Leadership, and the Outstanding Service Award. The Master Musician excels in music and is a highly qualified performer who has earned many honors locally and in district or state contests. In addition, the Master Musician is particularly active in performing in school or community functions.
We are pleased to announce that the board has decided to award Stanley Chen this honor.
Members who earn the Tri-M Leadership Recognition are prominent leaders in school, our chapter, and community organizations and activities, in addition to being involved in music.
These people not only get involved in Tri-M activities, but act as leaders when the executive board is not present. The Tri-M Leadership Award goes to Keneal Soni and Ved Dattery.
To receive the Tri-M Outstanding Service Recognition, you must demonstrate exceptional examples of service, working with or on behalf of others, without being paid or materially rewarded.
Those receiving this award are involved in music and are particularly active in the school chapter as well as community organizations and activities. It is our pleasure to give this award to Pranali Pratnam and Kayla Zahn. We now welcome Ethan Fang and Karina Eng to give their final addresses as co-presidents of this Tri-M chapter.
Thank you, Ism. I still remember walking to my first Tri-M meeting as a freshman, and now I'm here in front of you all as co-president. Time has truly flown by these past 4 years, especially being surrounded by so many passionate musicians.
For me, it seems like yesterday I was handing out pamphlets and volunteering at NYSSMA. Being a part of such a wonderful community has been a formative experience for me, both as a musician and a person. While induction this year isn't how we imagined it, We are grateful that we are still able to share this experience with the community.
Despite these unfortunate circumstances, we wanted to simulate induction to the best of our ability because you all deserve it. The Executive Board recognizes the work that you have all put in, and this is the least we could do to highlight your efforts. We would like to start off by first thanking Ms. Arnold.
Ms. Arnold is a wonderful mentor, administrator, and overall role model that our music department and chapter looks up to. She is a central part of the chapter, and we would not be where we are today without her. She has taught us to become better leaders and ultimately inspire our fellow peers to become even better musicians.
So thank you, Mrs. Arnold, for everything that you have done for us and for the Herricks music community. Next, we would also like to thank Mrs. Hill, who is the secretary of our Herricks music department at the high school. Though most of her work is done behind the scenes, Mrs. Hill has always been an integral part of helping run our events smoothly, and she never turns down a request for help.
Again, thank you, Mrs. Hill, for everything you have done for us and the music department. We would also like to thank the rest of our executive board. It was truly a pleasure working with all of you guys, and we feel like we've grown as a family. Of course, none of this could have happened without their hard work. Triumph will be in good hands the next school year, thanks to our wonderful juniors and future board. Lastly, we would like to thank you, the members. Without all of your hard work and dedication, we would not have the success we've had today. We have had the privilege of seeing you all grow as musicians this year, and we are lucky to have you all here today.
We hope that you all and your families have been staying safe and healthy during this quarantine. To maintain the spirit of music, we have implemented new musical activities such as the porch music and the toilet paper challenge, which many of you may have seen shared throughout the community. We hope that through this, you all have seen the power that music can bring. Thank you all that have participated in the talent that you have demonstrated. We look forward to seeing how much you all have improved, and hopefully in person once all of this passes.
Many of our members have been involved musically not just in Triumph, but also in their classrooms, homes, and communities. Despite everything that's going on in the world, music remains an ever part of our lives. While this pandemic has separated us physically, it has also connected us on a global level, with projects and music connecting musicians that would not have been together in normal circumstances.
We hope that this connection built through music during this quarantine will transfer over as we begin to transition into normal conditions. It is truly inspiring to see the impact that you all have made through your musical talents, and that you will continue to demonstrate this during the next school year. To all the newly inducted members, we are excited to see what more you have in store and will bring to this honor society. As for the continuing members, we are looking forward to see the new directions that you will take Triumph and the leadership that you will provide for the new initiates. Though it's unfortunate to end our last year like this, I hope that all the newly admitted lifetime members of Chapter 1975 will continue to inspire others through music, and that Triumph will always be a part of you.
As our chapter and music community continues to grow, every year becomes greater than the last. While it is bittersweet to leave Triumph as board, we will remain proud and happy as lifetime members. We are confident that next year's board will continue the success of our chapter and community.
We are excited to finally announce the chapter officers for the 2020 to 2021 Herricks Tri-M board.
To start off, our PR for the newest Triumph Executive Board will be Kayla Sohn. Our points chair will be Kenil Soni, and our co-historians will be Genesis Kang and Ved Dadare.
Our secretary and treasurer will be Stanley Chen. Our two co-vice presidents will be Kiara Tan and Justin Yang. And last but not least, our co-presidents are Ria Reskina and Timothy Kim.
Once again, we would like to thank our advisor, Mrs. Arnold, our fellow board members, and all of our Triumph members.
We would like to thank you all for coming. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, and have a great summer.